Thompson, I bet you've been doing something different with the positioning. Nothing wrong with it, just not exactly what the blueprints called for. You see something we're missing. Well, the question hung in the air. Leo could feel the other crew members' attention focusing on him, waiting for his response. Well, this was the moment he'd been dreading, the point where his transformed understanding would either find a way to express itself or force him to choose between authenticity and belonging. My grandfather taught me something about building, Leo said finally, his voice carrying the weight of 3 generations of craftsmanship. He said that every structure has a personality, just like people do, and if you pay attention to that personality, you can help it become the best version of itself. Stevens looked intrigued rather than skeptical. What do you mean, personality? Have you ever walked into some buildings and immediately felt comfortable, energized, like you belong there? And others make you want to leave as soon as possible. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the building's personality affecting you. My grandfather taught me that if you build with attention to these qualities, how spaces make people feel, you can create structures that actively support human well-being instead of just providing shelter. Stevens asked if you think you could teach me some of that attention. Leo felt a warm expansion in his chest, the recognition that his awakening wasn't just for his own benefit, but could become a gift he offered to others. Not through preaching or explanation, but through the simple act of modeling a different way of approaching work. Sure, Leo said, but fair warning, once you start seeing buildings as alive, you can't unsee it. Changes everything about how you think about the work. The drive home took Leo through his neighborhoods where his grandfather had once worked, past houses that still bore the subtle signature of conscious craftsmanship. At a red light on Maple Street, he noticed a house the old man had built 40 years ago, a modest 2-story colonial that had weathered decades while maintaining an unmistakable quality of wholeness.